Welcome to Evo 9X Stadium this afternoon here in Portland, Oregon, where tonight it's the Louisiana Revolution and the Portland Fleet in another SFL 4K23 exhibition. Alongside Ramos Lynn, I'm Cameron Irvine. Welcome to Portland, Ramos.
It's awesome to be here and awesome to see the whole stadium. I mean, that looks great, man. Love everything about it.
Immediately, the game rolling the dice and giving us those yellow gloves, but I fixed those for all the starters tonight for Louisiana, so we shouldn't be seeing much of that. Of course, teams can customize their gloves and all that good stuff as we get closer to the ultimate transition here. Portland built their stadium yesterday, 4.5 hours. Worked another hour and a half on it earlier this afternoon. Fixed some things from yesterday. SFL logos on the gear. They're all set and ready to go.
Yep.
See, I missed the Packers logo. Can't win them all.
We can fix that later. Okay.
All right. The beautiful Evo 9X Stadium. Ball's on the tee. Hands in the air. Let's kick it. We're underway. Joey Robb with the kick. And it's Liam Hammer on the return for the Revolution up to the 29-yard line. And that's where we begin tonight's ball game. Louisiana, and they're all whites tonight with the green numbers and the blue trim. And in Portland, in the blue helmets, all orange, white numbers, blue trim.
Well, two evenly matched teams, at least in the statistics. Hopefully we see an even game.
Tommy Utah is the Louisiana quarterback. Randy Squarebush, Cameron Collier in the backfield. Lyric Da Vinci, Liam Hammer, Reggio De Niro. Tight ends are Levy Lease, John Michael Suddeth, and the left guard, Ross Napoli, to watch for. Two start in the backfield, and Utah is going to start with a pass, and Utah dumps it near side to Hammer, but Derek Majors halts the football's trajectory, and then it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, really interesting play as two of the D linemen were actually on a 2-point stance, kind of like an edge rusher. So they were signaling they're going to drop back. They did, and a couple of other players, a linebacker and a DB, came with the blitz.
There's your starting offense again. This time 3 receivers over to the right with Utah. Utah drops back to pass. He'll dump it off to Squarebush. Squarebush gets a block. Randy Squarebush near the first down and did eventually get the first down there on the sideline. Moves the chains for the Revolution.
Yeah, I really like how he read the block. And then, as we're going to see on the replay, he reads the block, goes inside, and then goes outside. Instead of trying to spin inside or whatever, he goes outside and beats the defender for a first down.
Sudo Nakai's here. Derek Majors is here. John Fullerton, John Weeks, Zero, Bryant Dynasty as well. There's a look at your Portland defense. In the secondary, Smith, Majors, Stock, McLean, and others. First down off the flip out to Squarebush. Tommy Utah pump face to Squarebush. Now going to take off himself. Tommy Utah's got some room. Pass midfield down to the 47-yard line. A 13-yard pickup for Tommy Utah. Moves the chains for the Revolution once again.
Yeah, good pump fake. Freezes the defender for just a second right there, and he scrambles. I'm not sure if we're going to see him take those hits during the regular season, Cam, but this is a preseason, and why not?
Ethan says, don't mind me, just lurking. No problem, Ethan. You lurk away. 2 receivers top of the screen. Squarebush in the backfield. Utah drops to throw. 5-man rush. Dumps it off short to John Michael Suddeth, and he's lurking, and he's fallen for a pickup of 1. Gulch in the area.
And again, a good decision by Utah. Again, pump fakes. Goes to his 3rd, maybe even 4th read, and it isn't for a lot, but it's a completion.
2nd down and 9. Lyric Da Vinci goes in motion all the way to the opposite side of the formation. Utah going to drop to throw again. Utah fires down the field, caught by the man in motion. That was Da Vinci for Louisiana first down. They've done a lot through the air on this opening possession, and it's working.
Yes, and it was a 6-man rush in that situation. As we're going to take a look at this replay again of a man of the edge. Well picked up by Randy Squarebush. And right where the defender vacated that position, that's where the ball went.
A minute 45 seconds into this one, and it's Louisiana's opening possession. They're moving the football to the Portland 35-yard line. Liam Hammer now goes in motion. I form here from the Revs. Yep, man-to-man coverage as Majors follows him over. Utah back to throw again. Utah fires, tipped up in the air and incomplete, and actually an offensive lineman came in to play defense on that play. Pass broken up by Joseph Yama.
Yeah, good awareness by the offensive lineman. He had to make a play on the ball, something that you don't see very often, but a good job by him. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2 receivers top of the screen, short side right, 2nd down and 10. 5 players on the line of scrimmage. More motion here from Louisiana and more man coverage from Portland. Majors getting a workout. Now defending Hammer. Utah back to pass, presses Hammer. Utah then has to take Hammer on a check down, and Hammer somehow still able to make the catch. Derek Majors fighting him tooth and nail all the way for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, I just got the inside of the defender and made a good play on the ball, and a good play by Tommy Utah buying himself some time.
Two backs, 2 receivers out of the eye for Utah. 8 in the box for Portland. And they blitz the free safety. Utah tried to take off and run, and Portland's blitz gets home and stalls the drive. An aggressive play there on 3rd down by the Fleet is going to force a Louisiana field goal.
Yeah, and well, you go man-to-man, you go kind of like cover 2 man, and all of a sudden you dial up a blitz, and that's exactly what happens. Great play by the defensive coordinator, and now a long field goal attempt coming up. Well, it's actually going to be a punt. Yeah, they took him out of field goal range.
The safety blitz getting the sack, not the slot guy, Ramos, the starting safety with the blitz. They elect to not kick the 49-yard field goal instead of fair catch call for. Actually not a very good punt at all. Fair catch call for by Leo Morris to the 14-yard line. So a full stop there. We don't know the wind or wind direction just yet in this game, Ramos. In fact, I forgot to look at what setting I had it on, but Louisiana not feeling confident.
Yeah, no, and if it's like, 15 miles an hour against you, I think it's a good decision to punt. And maybe that's why the punt was so short.
High formation, 2 backs in the backfield now. Cyrus Jive takes over for the Portland Fleet offense and dumps it short. That pass hauled in. Really good hit over the middle, but not before Ryan Davis hauls in the completion for an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, and also an aggressive play call by Louisiana, dialing up a blitz on the very first play on defense, and look at how many people are in the box.
Woo!
About 9 or 10. Yep.
9 in the box. Even Arthur had that last, as Nelson Lozano Jr. goes in motion, had that last tackle. 2nd down and 2. Jive going to take it himself and get a 1st down on a little quarterback sneak to pick up the chains.
Yeah, what's that? The Philadelphia Eagles? I mean, a 3-yard quarterback sneak works to perfection. And a great play call.
You got to love the recognition of when to call that. You're not calling that on 1st down, right? You're calling it on 2nd and short, 3rd and short. Jive back to pass now. Jive takes off, tried to get away, avoids a sack, still trying to move forward, and does pick up 2 yards. Eventually, Chuck Diesel able to bring him down. Cyrus Jive smacked about 4 different times on that play.
Yeah, good play by the quarterback. A big, strong quarterback getting rid of one defender, and good enough for a couple of yards.
Jive super active on the ground early, 2nd down and 8. Handoff, Ezekiel Love for the first time tonight. Couldn't get out of the way of his own blocker. No gain on the play. Wrapped up by Blake Craze. That'll set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, we'll see if Portland decides to throw the ball deep. I mean, we've seen a little bit of a conservative approach out of the Fleet in the first place. But now with 4 wideouts. Man-to-man again, I think.
Dime look for Louisiana on 3rd and long. Jive, pump fake. Gonna go down for the sack. Wrapped up by Chance Wall. A loss of 5 on the play, and Portland will have to punt it away.
Yeah, and again, the offensive lineman didn't have a chance at it. Everything was well covered deep and Jive just had to eat the ball.
Gina McFly asks for a basic version of the mod with rosters. And Pseudo said, does the game allow short, fat running backs? We just saw you play last week. Yeah, Gino, we're only building rosters right now for these exhibition games. We won't actually have a mod with built rosters until the offseason starts, and we actually build off of those rosters. The mod for stadiums and uniforms and things like that will be released sometime in the offseason, but the full mod won't be available until July. Tommy Utah on his second possession fires down the field, caught by Liam Hammer. Liam Hammer and Derek Majors fighting all night long so far, and Hammer gets another first down. He's been a star.
Another blitz dialed up by the linebacker, and again, well picked up in a kind of like a skinny route or like a post. Good job by the quarterback, just right between the zone.
Mac Anthony asked, do all quarterbacks have the same throwing motion, or is that just because of the exhibition? Are there choices of throwing animations of the game? Depends on the game situation, what the quarterback looks like when he throws, but Ramos, I believe they all are similar, as
yes.
Utah's pass over to Collier is incomplete.
Yeah, they're all similar, but you sometimes do see like a sidearm or kind of like an over-the-shoulder kind of throw. So it's variable, but yeah, pretty similar.
As someone that has to put in the throwing motions every single week because of a glitch in the editor, yeah, I won't be sitting here crying about missing that.
Yeah, I know.
Second down and 10 for Louisiana. Two backs, two receivers. Utah going to throw again. Out to Squarebush. Squarebush has Hammer as a blocker. He does pick up the block, and Squarebush gets down the sideline to the 19-yard line. Shifty in the passing game. Man, Louisiana's been all about the pass here in this first quarter.
Yeah, they have. And again, Squarebush doing a really great job on going to the outside of his blocker, as you can see on the replay. He goes on the outside, knows he will have some space, and gets inside the 20.
Pseudo says, can we put Hollywood Boulevard in the end zones? Sure. If you want. They're your end zones, though. Utah fires. Hammer caught again. Hammer coming back for the football a little bit. Love the ball placement there from Tommy Utah. Off sort of that, I guess, back calf of Hammer. Watch this.
Yeah, press man-to-man coverage and throws the ball to his right hip, just where the receiving can get it.
Majors was all over him. I mean, that was where you wanted the football if you're Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Down on the goal line, Cam from the 7-yard line, first and goal. Louisiana's moved the ball well twice, almost entirely through the air. Hammer's the lone man in motion against zone, although Majors does shift over there. Handoff to Squarebush, and Squarebush is ripped down by the face mask. That's McLean, who had the sack earlier.
Face mask, number 27.
Yeah, of the personal foul variety.
Louisiana getting the run game going inside the 10. We won't get another look at the flag, but it'll be half the distance down to the 3.
This is the time to see the big boys on the field. 22 personnel.
That's Sudeth, the tight end at the top of the screen. Utah changing the play. Utah going to pass. Good pass protection, and the pass is caught by John Michael Sudeth at the top of the end zone for the Louisiana score.
And again, I mean, great recognition by the quarterback. The tight end just running a stop route.
Wow.
Great timing on that one. Throw the ball before the tight end turned for it.
And because that player, I didn't catch a number, I think it was Chris Stock, but because he was playing in zone and you had, I think that was Squarebush out there, he didn't know who to cover. He had 2 guys to cover and only one place to be, and that ball was squeezed in there to John Michael Sudeth for the score. The Louisiana drive, man, there's got to be a Packer logo I missed somewhere. 5-play, 57-yard drive for Louisiana. They're up 7-0. You think you get them all in this folder, Ramos, and apparently you don't.
I mean, there's like 12 1,000 variables in this folders. I mean, one thing can slip up.
Justin Reside wants the explanation of 22 personnel, Ramos. Educate the crowd.
All right, so 22 personnel. The first number indicates the number of backs. The second number indicates the number of tight ends. So 22 personnel is 2 backs, 2 tight ends, and 1 wide receiver to make it 5.
Look at Davis on the replay. Doug Day asked what stadium's being used. The Fleet selected the, well, can you tell? Well, Damon did. He gave it away, Denver Broncos, but not a trace of them left. Evo 9X Stadium, you see it in the corners and in the end zone. Portland's even got their flags up over the Giants scoreboard of their end zone here tonight. Motion for Warner. Check that. Israel Adams outside. They flip it out to Love that direction, but really nice job by Craze to break that play down. Only pick up 1 yard for Love.
Yeah, the defender beat the offensive lineman to the block, and a really, really good job by Blake B. Craze. Only 1 yard pickup.
If you were here with us yesterday on the stadium build, we were trying to figure out these sidewalls and what to put on them. Jive is going to scramble around and buy some time, finding Ryan Davis over the middle for a first down. Nice job. But, yeah, these sidewalls, trying to figure them all out. And then Mel Davis says, what if we just took the little orange and white stripe from the logo? Wow, really nice job by Ryan Davis there. I'll shut up and let you break that down.
Well, it's a nice job by Davis and a nice play concept because Louisiana has played a lot of man-to-man coverage. And how do you beat man-to-man coverage? Those crossing routes make basically the defenders run against each other, and that's how you can get guys scot-free.
Jive back to pass. Jive going to take off, and he's got a lot of space. Cyrus Jive lowers the shoulder, and they may challenge that spot. Boy, Jive, fearless here in the early goings. And, I mean, look, it wasn't even about reading the routes that time, Ramos, because he had a lane right up the middle, and he took a chance.
Yeah, it's just a big opening, and that's what you get when you play, again, a lot of man-to-man coverage. You know, defenders turning their backs against the quarterback. Then you run an outside stun, and the whole middle of the field is wide open for you.
Doesn't run the sneak this time. Instead, hands off to Love, and actually no challenge on the spot from Jive. And then this one also marked just short. I think he was just short there.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, and let's see if they dial up the quarterback sneak here.
Boy, Louisiana is ready for it. They have 9 in the box. Oh, they're sending Adams, the wide receiver, back there to run block. And Ezekiel Love says, I don't even need your block, although he nearly got it at the end of the play. Love going to pick up the first down. That was interesting. They motioned Adams to try and go help him. Love did it all himself.
Yeah, and I like the play call again. You know, obviously, as you said, they were expecting to run up the middle, and they go off tackle to the right side.
Dave Axis with a $4.99 super chat. You may have just seen it there on that camera shot. Did the horse at the top of the stadium get replaced by somebody else or something else? Yes, we put their logo up there, their primary logo, but could have been replaced by anything. 7-0 Portland on the move. Cyrus Jive, Ezekiel Love and company getting it done. Israel Adams, who's been used in all sorts of different ways on this drive, picks up 8 yards on the reception.
Yeah, and lots of motion. Again, something that you do to beat press man-to-man. Put a lot of motion, make guys chase other guys. And really nice, solid drive from Portland.
Before I answer your question, Gino, what are you hoping to accomplish with the rosters? If it's anything with ratings, we're not putting in the official ratings. But if you just want player names and numbers and such, yeah, we can get that over to you, no problem. Ezekiel Love shifts around in between the tackles and moves the chains again for a first down. Both teams, outside of Portland's first possession, really moving it here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they really have. And Portland really establishing the run now. You know, first it was a lot of passing, and now really establishing the run.
That's the end of the first quarter, 7-0. It's Louisiana on top of Portland here from Evo 9X Stadium. Yeah, Gino, that's too easy. There's nothing proprietary about that because it's not like we're moving any ratings over anything. It's just names and numbers. This is our first outdoor stadium of these exhibitions, Ramos. We'll be back inside next week, and you're not going to want to miss it because we're going to D.C., and Destro has done some things with that stadium that you will just not believe.
He's been cooking, man.
Handoff, Ezekiel Love. He's shut down by Blake Craze. Craze everywhere tonight brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Blake B. Grace is also cooking. 2nd down and 10. And again, really good job at shutting the gap and making sure he chose right. You know, if he doesn't choose right, Love can bounce it to the outside. If he goes to the outside, then Love can gash him up the inside.
2nd and 10 for Portland. Warner goes in motion. Bennett is on him at the top of the screen. They passed him off. Jive going to throw. Jive against heavy pressure. Pass tipped up in the air and incomplete. And the receiver, I think that was Lozano Jr., took a shot. That's going to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's the good old hospital pass. That's in, you know, bracket coverage or triangle coverage. You know, there's a guy underneath, there's a guy over the top, and that's what you call a hospital pass.
4 wide here on 3rd down and 10 for Jive. Dime look for Louisiana. This is an interesting shift here by the Revolution defense. Jive to throw. Jive looking around, looking for somebody to get open. Finally finds someone inside the 10-yard line. It is tough to cover for that long, and Benjamin Warner's got a 1st and goal.
Now, really good job buying himself some time. Rolls to the right, being obviously him being a right-handed quarterback. Rolls to the right, and from here, the wide receiver has to understand it's scramble offense, right? It's scramble drill. Just get open any which way you can.
1st and goal coming up for the Fleet. There is no impact on performance based on customization. Sometimes the weather effects can have a effect on performance of your PC, but otherwise, no. That pass caught by Adams down to the, 1-yard line, and if Portland doesn't punch this one in, they'll be sorry.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I fully expect for them to put all the big guys here on offense and try to run it through the middle at least once. You know, try it at least once. See if you can score, or if you can get it inside the 1.
Ball to 1.5-yard line. Hand off to Ezekiel Love, and Ezekiel Love just could not find any space. Mike Ryan shuts it down. That'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. I think Love was looking for the dive, just couldn't get close.
Yeah, and obviously Ryan gets credited with the tackle, but that's all the defensive line pushing the offensive line 2 yards in the backfield and allowing Mike Ryan to cover the ground and make the tackle.
3rd and goal now. Single back in the backfield. Jive. Changing the play. Sends a man in motion. Now next to Adams there on the line. They're going to run Love again. Love inside, and Love almost lost the football. Did you see that, Ramos? He was carrying it quite just carelessly, I guess you could say, inside. But, man, was he lucky to get in without getting that ball punched out.
Yes, but good job, again, hiding behind his offensive lineman and at the very last second finding the opening. And that's a great response from Portland to tie the game.
Shravan Prasad says, $2 super chat, can you please say Harish smells bad? Not only does Harish smell bad, 13 plays, 68-yard drive, 5 minutes, Ramos, off the clock. But Harish smells terrible.
How do you know?
Well, that's what the $2 super chat says. If he comes on and says that his brother smells worse than him for $3, then that's the truth. That's what happens.
Yep. That's what happens.
Oh, Hammer just lays the hammer on a poor receiver on special teams. Oh my gosh. Boom!
Boom! Oh my God.
Oh, that was nasty. Ashley Jackson, $9.99 super chat. Hey Cam, hey Ramos, can my afro be added in this game? I want a big one. Ramos, what's the verdict on that? Is it dreads? Just dreads? Is there an afro opportunity in this game? I don't know how you fit it in the helmet. Square Bush takes a carry.
I'm not sure. What does Randy Moss have in this game?
Yeah, it might be something to look into.
Because, back in the day, I'm not sure if, by this time, but he had a big afro.
2nd and 9. Toss out to Square Bush, and he is buried in the backfield by Robert Brar, the defensive end. Beats the block, and now Louisiana's set up on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I mean, the Revolution just didn't have the numbers on the outside, and one of those guys was going to come scot-free, and that's exactly what he did. 5 wideouts now. Look for the inside guy here, bottom of the screen.
Tommy Utah's pass is incomplete, and I think Hammer would have been short anyway. And Ramos Stradamus is going to have to reset his abilities in the offseason. 4th down.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yes, thank you. Because, that percentage is going to be as low as the replay percentage.
Hey, you don't have to throw shade back at me. Jeez. Never question Ramos Stradamus. Punt is away from the 35. Leo Morris on the return, but there's nothing there to the 37-yard line. Somebody asked about tattoos, Ramos. I know that 2K5 had them. Does 2K4? I'm not sure.
I will have to dive into that too.
These questions that we don't know the answer to just yet. If you join the NFL 2K mod Discord, they have covered a whole bunch of these topics of discussions since they got a head start on us by a good 7 months. Hand off to Love, and Love just cannot seem to find the space in between the tackles. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, now their defenses have settled down a little bit. At first we saw a lot of passing and, for great success, and now defenses are playing much better here in the 2nd quarter.
Line shifts from left to right. Send Warner in motion. Tie game at 7. 6:25 to go in the first half. Jive back to pass. Jive checks it off to Love, and great open field tackle by Rolliman Hood. Pulls Love down to force a 3rd down. I thought he was going to get run over.
Yeah, me too. And but great job by Hood with the open field tackle, as you said. You just have to bring him down. Love did get an extra yard because he pushed him, but a good solid tackle.
3rd and 6. Jive sends Davis in motion. 3 receivers now to his left. Jive going to throw. Jive has Wall bearing down his neck. Jive looking for someone to throw it. It's fumbled and recovered by Louisiana back at the 22-yard line. Chance Wall was in the area for a few seconds and then finally lays the final blow.
Let's take a look at this replay. Let's see if the arm is... No, I think that's a fumble.
Yeah, empty hand.
Empty hand. Strip sack. Let's see.
Oh man, I don't think Portland's going to win this.
Oh man, I'm not sure, man. Straban donating the 420. What's the best 2023 livery? To me, it's Alfa Romeo, followed by Mercedes. Let's take a look at this replay.
Thank you, Shrevin, with the super chat. Jive, that's empty. I think that's empty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close.
Yes.
After review, the passer's arm was moving forward. Incomplete. Denver will not be charged a timeout.
I mean, we really don't have a super slow-mo. Does the ball hit
now
the
we do.
helmet?
Let's take a look at it. It's an exhibition after all. I mean, Jive is looking around for someone to throw to. Look at the coverage. Where's he going with the ball? I mean, I mean, that
There's
is. Go ahead,
perfect
Ramos.
coverage. No, perfect coverage.
Man on a man. Well, his arm was going forward at the time of the hit.
Yeah.
So I guess I can see where the officials
Yeah.
are they. Yeah, they're Portland's going to punt the ball away.
Yeah, it's going to be an incomplete
Great hit,
pass.
though.
Yeah, great hit and great coverage. And I mean, at the start, the offensive line with a really decent job, but you cannot block for 7 seconds.
Especially when they were bringing 6. You know, it's amazing that Jive held on for as long as he did. Great punt. And Hammers calls for the fair catch at the 15-yard line. Have a couple things to catch up on here. Joshua Williams gave you a shout-out. Doug Day said, did you say the yard line font can be altered? Yes, the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all that can be altered. Mike St. Green says, can you say that MS is a handsome guy? I don't have any money. I can say you're a guy. Is that good enough? 5:36 to go in the first half. Tie game at 7 after nearly Cyrus Jive fumbling the football away on the big hit from Chance Wall. Dump off to Squarebush. Portland good on pursuit. Picks up just 2. Will bring up a second down and 8. A tackle made by Luis Negron.
Yeah, but again, both defenses really playing extremely well here in the second quarter. You know, at the start we saw a lot of those passes. We saw Majors getting beat a couple times, and now they have settled down for sure.
Collier, Squarebush in the backfield. Running behind Collier, Squarebush takes a handoff, and Portland all over that. That's Mel Davis with the stop to set up third down. Man, these defenses are swarming right now.
Yeah, they are. And 3rd and 7, we've seen Portland run that man-to-man coverage on 3rd down before. Let's see if they continue that trend. No, it looks like zone this time. Just switching it up a little bit.
3 receivers over there on the right with Sudduth with his hand on the ground. Utah fires down the field. It's caught. The defender went for the pick. That was McLean. And Lyric Da Vinci comes away with the football for a first down, Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. That's a great throw. Great pocket presence by the quarterback. And, wow, just perfect timing on that pass.
Second catch for Da Vinci tonight. Hammers tight to the left of the line here. Same look. Da Vinci, although out on this play due to fatigue, and Squarebush breaks off a tackle and steps out of bounds after a pickup of 5 yards.
Yeah, that will stop the clock with 4:11 left. And I would like to see Randy Squarebush at least get the ball on the ground once between the tackles and see if he can do something.
Prasad asks if I'll be inputting last season's stats so when the game shows them they'll be accurate. I believe that is a Hex thing. That will be a Mike O'Neill question, but hasn't been something that we've talked about much so far. Squarebush takes a handoff, gets a couple. Mel Davis with another stop, brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, but great pursuit by these linebackers. I mean, it's not easy to cover the ground and shed the blocks on those power plays. Really good job by Mel Davis on that one. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Decision time here for the Revs. Line shifts out. Blitz. Utah fires down the field. Intercepted at the 40. Chris Stock on the return gets a block. 40, 35, and wrestled down at the 33-yard line. First official turnover of this first half belongs to the Fleet.
Yeah, and that we've seen that work before for the Revolution. Try to do that comeback or that stop route. It worked for a touchdown, and that time the corner read that beautifully. Good protection by the O-line, but a better play by Stock. Getting that and a good block, and kudos to the offensive lineman chasing him for the tackle.
Atlanta Swarm says, same taunts. You love to see that. Did I miss something? Somebody taunting out there after the play? Think so. 3:22 to go in the first half. Tie game at 7. Off the Tommy Utah interception. Jive with 6 on the play clock. Handed off to Love, and Love pushes ahead for 3, or is pushed ahead for 3 by Craze.
Yeah. And interesting to see what the refs doing, or excuse me, what the Fleet do in this situation. They have 3 minutes. Maybe you run the ball again on second down, trying to make it a shorter third. Now that the defenses have been balling out, just want to have as many third and shorts as you can have.
Hand off Love, and Love tried to get outside and realized there was nothing there, tried to reverse his field. Boy, you don't see that often as
No.
Louisiana hustles to bring him down. Nathan Blake at the end of the play.
Yeah. He tried to reverse it, some Marcus Allen action, but didn't work that time. 3rd down and 11, and what you do here, I think, is, throw the ball, even if it's short, put yourself in field goal range at least, and try to see if you can get the yak for a first.
They're probably out of it at this point at this stage of the game. Cyrus Jive looking around. Great coverage again down the field. Jive's pass is intercepted. Mike Ryan at the 5 returns it up to the 22. These defenses in the second quarter have been terrific, and Jive forced one trying to make a play on 3rd down.
Yeah, forced and overthrown. That's bracket coverage, and Liam Ryan just goes to the outside. I think Jive thought Ryan was going to follow the guy who crossed inside and thought he had him, but that's great awareness by Liam Ryan.
Mike Ryan, Mr. Aztec.
I'm sorry.
We know where your head's been this week.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Shout out to Liam Ryan.
1st and 10 of the 22. Utah dumps it off. Sudeth breaks a tackle. Another man lost him in coverage. 40-45 midfield. John Michael Sudeth down the sideline into Portland territory. Gets out of bounds with 2:12 to go. And Louisiana is back in business.
Yeah, that's great recognition. Getting rid of the ball quickly. Good job by Davis. He was the last guy. If John Michael Sudeth breaks that tackle, he's gone for a touchdown. Unless he runs out of gas.
Sudeth now with 31 yak yards, and we hit the 2-minute warning. 7-7, Louisiana and Portland. Why 2K4 over NCAA 14? Well, the SFL actually started on the NCAA systems way back then, and had a ton of AI problems and deficiencies with that game. They suffer from clock management struggles at end of games like we do, and a lot of there's a myriad of reasons why we wouldn't make the switch over there, as Michael Sudeth is near a 1st down, and he rolls over and gets it. The power from JMS.
Wow, back-to-back going to the same side of the field. There's 2 defenders, and eventually they make the tackle, but great job by John Michael Sudeth. Yak is yards after the catch. So if you hear yak yards after the catch.
3 receivers now top of the screen for the Revs. 90 seconds to go. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Flip out to Squarebush, and Squarebush gets out of bounds after pickup of 3 to stop the clock. Majors was over there. Yeah, NCAA, it's a different type of style of speed. There's a lot of, if you think there's some things that are tough to run in 2K8, as you get a look at Utah's pretty nice first half. Yeah, NCAA 14. Whew. 2nd and 7. Utah fires, middle of the field, caught by Sudeth. This is JMS's drive down to the 14-yard line. Portland's like, can I buy a vowel, please? 1st down.
And, the first 2 times he went outside the numbers, this time inside the hashes, or inside the numbers at least, on a quick slant.
Look at him trying to make this tackle right at the feet. Oh, just almost tripped him up there.
Almost. And the safety finally goes and makes the tackle. No need to rush, no need to call a timeout.
1:06 to go. Ball at the 14-yard line. Utah changes the play. Gonna throw. Utah dumps it over the middle. One-handed catch to Vinci. Breaks a tackle down to the 2-yard line. And Louisiana will regroup. Want to get something good here.
Yeah, once you get inside the 5, you call a timeout no matter what, because you want to really think of the next play. Like play calling inside the 5 is much different than play calling at the 25.
And you want to get that heavier package out there, although they will go with this look with John Michael Sudduth on the inside of this bunch, as Utah's going to throw for it, and that is just a total miscommunication between receiver and quarterback. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, not on the same page. Almost got intercepted by the lurking DB. I think on 2nd down and goal, you run it. I mean, you will still have 3rd, and you still have a timeout. I think you run it here on 2nd and goal.
55 seconds to go in the first half. Louisiana on the move. Off the Ryan interception. No, they will throw for it, and that pass is knocked up in the air and incomplete. Looking for Collier, the fullback, and blown up by the defensive front. Louisiana making a mess out of this last 8 seconds.
Yeah, and almost like a trick play, because that was almost set up to be like a fullback screen or something, and just didn't work. And this is a good time to dial up those kinds of trick plays, Cam. Just because there's just not a lot of room, so a lot of misdirection and everything.
3rd and goal. Rego Dinero in motion. Utah going to have to do this himself. Out of the shotgun, 2.5. Utah back to pass. Portland brings the blitz. That pass is knocked away and incomplete. The blitz forces Utah to make an early throw, and Portland gets a half stop from Dale McClain in the red zone.
Yeah, not a bad route. I mean, as you can see, it's a hook route. Hooks around the DB, but that's a great play by McClain with some spatial awareness.
Skip with a $4.99 super chat, and I guess I have to read it. 69 viewers, boys.
Nice.
That's what the world's come to today.
Hey, but where's the 420 viewers?
One day, Ramos. We'll get there.
One day.
Maybe in the 2K4 era. That field goal was good, although drifting right from Otis Boudreau. 9 plays, 75 yards in 1 minute and 35 seconds. And Louisiana takes the lead.
Yep. And we'll see how this kickoff goes. I mean, this is the same direction where they decided to punt from like the 33-yard line. Let's see if this kickoff goes shorter. That will explain a lot of things.
Portland still has all 3 timeouts. That one just gets to the 7. And Morris gets it up to the 29. We'll see what Portland dictates. You would have liked to seen at least one run down there on that inside the 5, Ramos. I think maybe that 2nd and goal, whatever they were looking to do there with the fullback, was kind of their answer to that, a little trickeration, but it went awry.
Sure.
All right, what's Portland going to do with 42 seconds to go here in the first half? Down 10-7. Flip it out to Love. This time a little bit better blocking. Love, 40. Love wrapped up by Ryan, and Portland will call a timeout. They got 2 left thanks to the great run and blocking down the field by Zeke.
Yeah, great blocks and great recognition by Love. You know, this is what I'm really liking from these backs. When they have to go to the outside, they go to the outside. And then when they recognize inside, they will have some space. They go inside.
2 timeouts left for Portland. Ball on the Louisiana 45-yard line. Jive going to drop to throw, and Jive fires down the field incomplete. Tight coverage there on Ryan Davis will bring up 2nd and 10 with 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, there was a little bit of bump on that play, and the receiver just couldn't find the ball. He got disrupted, and the timing was off.
2nd down. What do the Fleet do here? 2 timeouts. Louisiana also has 2 timeouts. Davis goes in motion. Defended by Hood. Top of the screen. Jive to throw. Dumps. Wow, that's caught. Are you kidding me? And Portland will call a timeout. They got 1 left. Israel Adams. Oh, my gosh.
Wow. And that's a great throw. Maybe not the best of reads because of the type of zone, but that when you have that kind of arm talent, why not?
We're going to be looking at that at 0.25 speed on YouTube after this game. One timeout left for Jive. Jive quickly gets rid of it. One-on-one coverage to the outside and gets out of bounds with 23 seconds left to avoid having to burn another timeout.
Yeah, no, man, that's Jive with a great recognition. You know, that's one of those plays where he's the #1 target, and as soon as you see him open, you just throw it to him and hope he can get out of bounds as he did.
Empty at the Louisiana 39. 23 seconds now on the clock. Jive against pressure from 5. Throws deep down the field. Caught. And then a windmill tackle. They want to possess that last timeout down to 13 seconds. Going to run some no huddle. Let's see what Jive does here. He spikes with 8.
Okay. Well, we'll see if they take a shot to the end zone. They still have one timeout, or if they decide to kick the field goal here.
And they will. They did spike, though, thankfully. 34-yarder. What a drive for Portland.
Yes.
They're at the end of the half. Field goal is good, and that's how you do it. 7-play, 55-yard drive in 41 seconds. Rob's field goal was good, and we're tied at 10.
Yeah, you cannot ask for more out of your offense, especially since Louisiana was playing such good defense here in the second quarter. All sprung by that toss play to Love, and just great situational awareness.
So Portland gets a couple of timeouts. They get that field goal as Hammer lays another person out, gets to the 28-yard line. That field goal, Ramos, brought to you in part by that receiver having the awareness to go out of bounds there, preserve some clock, and then being able to get another pass off to Warner down the field was just excellent.
Yes. By the way, that kickoff did reach the end zone, so we do have some wind going from east to west, or from right to left on your screen.
10-10, end of the first half. Let's look at some stats from the game. Utah, 16 of 24, 186. He's the leading rusher with his one carry. Suddath all over the place in that first half, 5 for 64. On the Portland side, Jive, 9 of 14 for 98 yards. Love has had a tough day at the office, but did have that one nice, or a couple nice runs. 1 sack, 1 pick for Portland. And it's been a pretty balanced, even game through that first half. Suddath, though, was the difference maker for that Louisiana on both of their excellent drives.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, you're slick, man. I mean, this is essentially Packers Broncos.
Well, you know, and we're both here tonight.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, he just said, I don't know. Dude, I replaced 4 different Packers logos, and it seems like none of them were the one that I needed to replace. I don't know how that works, but the life of a modder, I guess.
We'll get that fixed by the time it's showtime.
If I did everything perfect, no one would have anything to complain about, as Morris gets it up to the 28. We are in alpha, after all. Great first half, Ramos.
Yeah, great first half.
Man, we almost had a strip fumble there by Chance Wall, who had a really good half, couple of sacks. And a great ending to the second quarter with really good clock management there from Portland. You love to see that. They start with the ball to start the second half in a 10-10 ball game. Out of the eye, Jive back to pass. Jive is being pressured from a linebacker, escapes and dumps it off to Warner for an 8-yard pickup, the prettiest 8-yard pickup you'll probably see all night.
Yeah. But I really like the awareness of these quarterbacks, right? I mean, they step back in the pocket, but they keep their eyes downfield and recognize, if a receiver goes up and they throw the ball to him.
Split here for the Fleet. Haven't seen this much tonight. And Jive going to take off and get the first down. Eagles-esque. Moves the chains.
Exactly. But again, good awareness. It's 2nd and 2. This is exactly where you can run it. Make it a 1st and 10.
Prasad asking how good scramblers are in this game. I'd say pretty good, Ramos. We've seen some sims with Mahomes and Jackson, and man, it's awesome.
Yep.
Pass incomplete from Jive. I remember this one sim we were running. It was 3rd and 8. The Hertz was trying to run out the clock, ran a quarterback bootleg for 12, and successfully ran out the clock. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Gino asks, experimenting time per quarter. 10 minutes is on the money. Averages 63 plays per game pretty much every time we run a sim. That pass outside caught by Love and Rolliman Hood. Another excellent open field tackle, bring up 3rd down. There's the face shield.
Tackle.
Someone was asking about face shields. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that was pseudo.
3rd and 6. They go in the I formation just to put the base defense on the field. Well, it's actually 3 wide receivers. Never mind.
Jive going to throw. Jive again scrambling around. Jive gets away. Jive fighting for the first down. He's just short. Rolliman Hood, another excellent tackle. And, boy, love Jive's tenacity there not to slide. And
exactly.
I think they're going to punt. Yep.
Yes. And that was going to be my next point. If it's 1st and 10, you slide. But because it's 3rd and 7, you need to get there. You cannot slide a yard short. And great tackle in the open field.
I think, Ramos, if that was 5 yards further down the field, I think they go for that. But instead, Liam Hammer's going to throw another poor, helpless 3rd stringer to the ground and get the ball to the Revolution 21-yard line.
Man, I mean, we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen great offense, showcased by how good Portland was to end the half, and we've seen some great defenses. 34, man.
1st stringers against 3rd stringers. It's going to be rough out there.
1st and 10, Green Bay.
Empty on 1st down. It's an interesting look.
Yeah.
Out of Louisiana. Hammer goes in motion. Passed off to Stock. Utah looking. Dumps it off to Squarebush. Picks up 7. Nice little pass over the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it's it throws your defense off balance once you see that running back go outside and run a route, because all of a sudden it's just weird, right? Like you don't really prepare for that much. You're more used to traditional looks like this one, an I formation.
Handoff, Squarebush, and Randy breaks through a tackle, picks up another 7 yards. One of Randy's best runs of the night. 1st down, Louisiana.
Nice like that one.
Goated, you're asking for the Discord server. Shouldn't be expired. Utah fires down the field. There's a flag. That's going to be PI. I'll try and post one in the chat for you, Goated. Let me know if that works. Otherwise, someone can help you out. Mel Davis with the PI. Let's take a look.
Yeah, and, well, he turns for the football. I'm not sure about that call, to be honest. Just hands checks him.
Yeah, that's not a great call.
Yep.
Louisiana will benefit. 1st down. Somewhere Mel is throwing a remote control. We'll see you there, Goated. St. Green asks if we're still going to have a bottom line. Yes, we'll still have a bottom line. It'll look a little bit different. We may run it from the top of the screen as we are this evening in a obviously not just plain black and white. And then we plan to do some more things with the scoreboard as well. You'll see all that stuff in the offseason when we have a little bit more time on these longer form projects. Incomplete pass from Utah, second down.
Yeah, they try to connect with some sort of like a jailbreak screen or something as the offensive linemen were ready to turn upfield and make some blocks, but the pass fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. Everyone's showing blitz. They back off. Utah instead dumps it off to Cameron Collier, and that'll get it 3 yards. I think Utah may have been a bit fooled by the coverage. Got rid of it quick.
Yeah. Portland disguising some coverages. We've seen, they show blitz, back off, and come with a blitz with different people. And now a 3rd and 7.
6:48 to go in the third. Still tied at 10. Utah over the middle. Caught by De Niro. 4th and 2 coming up. Majors kept him short.
Let's see if they go for it here. I mean, they're in kind of like a no man's land. 2 yards to go. No, they will punt. I mean, the way your defense is playing, I cannot blame you that much.
It's a pretty long. We'll get a look after the punt is away.
It will be like a 59-yard field goal, I think.
And it was a long 2. It was about, I guess it was an even 2. Punt goes out of bounds about the 17-yard line. So the wind continues to blow left in that direction. So Cyrus Jive back out there. 6:16 to go in the third. Still all tied at 10. And like Ramos said, I echo his comments. We've seen a little bit of everything so far tonight.
Yep. Look who's showing up, Mr.
Wow.
Alvin.
Alvin Washington. Man, still a legend around here.
My God, he's an OG.
Jive hands it off to Love, not going anywhere. I got to read this. As one of the original voices of the SFL, I'm proud of how far this league has come. The switch to the ESPN style is #next level. Keep up the great work. I hope you're doing well, Alvin.
Man, I was Alvin's partner for a little bit of time doing color, and he was the play-by-play guy. One of the great guys, and I miss him.
2nd down and 11, under 6 to go in the third. Jive back to pass. Jive escapes pressure, and the pass incomplete. Ryan with the excellent hit forces 3rd down.
That's textbook safety play. You cannot come away with the interception. That's fine. Just make sure the receiver doesn't catch the football. 3rd and 11. Great, again, situational football.
It's one of the things I love about being a league in its 20th season. Is we'll get the play before I go down memory lane here. But 4 wide for Jive on 3rd and long. Jive going to fire down the field, past the sticks for the 1st down. Ryan Davis hauls it in. Portland converts on the 3rd and long, but Ramos, it just you meet so many people over time in this league that you look at Jive's numbers there, but you just meet so many people in your time in this league that you really can establish lifelong connections with so many people, and even a guy like Alvin, who I haven't seen in 3 or 4 years around here. I mean, hey, there's people always watching the SFL, Ramos, and that's good to see. His Love is going to roll over for a 6-yard gain.
By the way, the previous pass by Jive, that was his best throw of the day, because that's not an easy throw to make. You have to throw the ball into the zone coverage. If you're too late, the safety is gonna either pick it or he's gonna send the receiver to the hospital. So you need to make sure you throw the ball exactly on the right time. Great job by Jive.
Love out of the game, and the handoff goes to his backup. Blake makes the tackle to set up a 3rd and short. There's Love standing right next to Coach on the sideline. He's back in.
Just to give him a breather, it's important to have him on those 3rd and short situations. You can run it with him, or you can maybe pass it out of the backfield. The top of the screen is pretty open.
Jive takes it again. 1st down. The C parts. Man, the situational football, Ramos. I mean, if you're not gonna stunt inside, Jive gonna take care of it.
Absolutely.
Man, tremendous. "20 years later, the Eagles are doing this, and here we are tonight doing this."
Yeah.
It's crazy. Jive flips outside to Love. Love breaks a tackle, but slowed down tremendously by Chuck Diesel, and Bennett comes over to clean up.
Right. Because again, I mean, they're not running those plays, those sneaks in 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. I mean, it's just 3rd and 2, 2nd and 2. You just got to call it at the right time and make it make sense.
2nd and long, jive against a blitz, going to take off, almost tried to juke Brian Craven, and Craven was having none of it. Really nice job by Craven to stay with jive on the scramble.
I agree. 3rd down and 10. And let's see if the Louisiana defense can get off the field. 4 receivers this time.
6'5", 295, put your foot in the ground and make a stand. Jive escapes off his back foot, overthrows, very difficult throw there, and inaccurate to Davis. Louisiana buckles down.
They do, and what a great game. I mean, I know that we've said this a few times, and at the start of the broadcast, I did mention it's a very evenly matched up game, and 10-10.
That's 2 straight possessions that we have seen stall out at just around midfield. Hammer's going to return to the 25. I'm trying to think, Ramos, if we've had a 3-and-out tonight. Maybe one, but it's been mostly a clamp down as we progress down the field. And you could see where the grass is all cut up from that side of the field. We've been there most of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's been between the 30s pretty much all game long.
3:08 to go in the 3rd. Louisiana and Portland tied at 10 in a defensive battle here this evening. Handoff to Squarebush, and Squarebush is put down after a 1-yard pickup. Khalil Thomas on the tackle.
It's just been a struggle. I mean, from both these backs, we have seen Love take a toss for a big gain, but other than that, this defense is playing really, really well.
De Niro in motion. Look at Sudduth is the fullback in the backfield, Ramos.
Yep.
He goes out into a pass pattern. Utah fires. Oh, he had an open receiver, Da Vinci, but Leo Morris steps in front of the pass. That fooled me. 3rd and 9.
Yeah. Yeah, basically he was playing a 1-by-2. It's basically covering 2 guys at the same time and being just right in the middle of both of them. And if they throw the ball to the running back, he can go chase down, make the tackle. And if not, he can knock that pass away from the receiver as he did.
Empty 5 wide for Utah. Portland just rushes 3, and they get there with 3. Sack made by, that's Zepp with the takedown.
Wow. And that offensive lineman just got fooled on that one.
Oh, right around him.
Yeah, just ran. Yeah, just too much speed. Give that guy a big contract.
Well, there's your 3-and-out, and Portland now flipping the field position.
Yep.
Come after the punt. They don't get there. And a fair catch on the back end of the play called for the 39. Pretty good punt there.
Really good punt, yes.
From Louisiana. Still not at a 10.
Yeah.
And think about how critical that end of the drive was for Portland at the end of the second quarter. Without that expert clock management, they're still trailing in this one.
Yeah. Points out of the premium, and those 3 points just huge so far in this game.
High formation, 2 backs in the backfield for Jive. And Love picks up 2. We mentioned where this game is playable, PC, Xbox Series S. How about this Steam Deck?
Yeah.
All pros on that now? I mean, it's basically a handheld universal console from all generations. I want to get me one of those. I wish Christmas hadn't just passed. It's pretty incredible technology, and this game is on it as well. Jive back to pass on 2nd down. Ball is short. I'm not sure if he meant to hit Adams or that underneath receiver, but the play is blown up again by great defense, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I think it was the inside guy, but again, a great play by the defender and good pressure. I mean, everything has been caused by that pressure. Wall hasn't had a sack ever since the first half, but
Yep.
he's still applying some good pressure.
Watch him. He's on the left side interior of that defensive front. Dime look for Louisiana. 4 wide for Jive. They rush 4. Jive deep down the field. That pass is incomplete. Looking for Davis. More terrific coverage down the field. And Jive says, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, because that's the right read. We haven't seen really either of those quarterbacks made like horrible decisions. It's just great coverage down the field and defenders making plays.
Just 1 interception each for the quarterbacks. Last week, San Diego got the win 27-16 over Los Angeles. Queen City took care of Baltimore. They put up over 40 a couple of weeks ago. This is definitely our biggest slugfest yet. Just kind of, you can feel the anticipation building in this stadium, Ramos, of who's going to make that terrific play.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, I think it's going to be one of these defenses. I mean, who knows? But, we'll not be surprised if we see at one point a pick six or maybe a strip sack this time.
2 receivers, top of the screen. Handoff, square bush, and just nothing there. Portland is hammering them down. I haven't been paying attention a ton to the defensive coverage, Ramos, but I think they've been running a lot of 3-4.
They've been running a lot of 3 defensive linemen, and even sometimes like the edge rusher is put in as a Leo kind of defender where he's just so wide that it's almost like another like linebacker or something.
Nickel now, and Utah is pressured and hit as he threw. That ball wobbles out of his hands, and now it's 3rd and long, and this D-line gets a chance to pin their ears back. This went from, Ramos, a very well-played, like in between the 30s game to all of a sudden just a total halt of offensive football.
Yeah.
Defense is imposing their will. Utah, 3rd and long. Utah turns around, fires into traffic, and Da Vinci not open. 4th down. Louisiana got a punt.
And it's really impressive how Portland is containing the edges and at the same time make sure you have the coverage down the field, right? Because if you have containment of the edges, maybe you cannot get enough pressure. The receiver has enough time to get open, but nobody's open.
Well, either way, it'd be shocking at this point, Ramos, to not have a thrilling finish, as these teams have been wire to wire much of the game. Morris on the return, and Portland's going to have their best field position of the night at their own 41 outside of the possession they started with off the interception.
Yeah. Yeah, this has to be Portland's opportunity to at least put 3 points on the board, you have to think. It's not sure how many of these opportunities they're going to have.
You know what I find interesting, Ramos? There's 70 people watching this, and there's not a lot of chatter. People seem to be pretty locked in at the moment as Jive is going to drop back to pass. That pass is incomplete. What a hit down the field by Ryan. Pass intended for Adams. He's playing great football tonight.
Yeah, he is. And Ryan attacking the football instead of attacking the man, right? Because that hit was just put exactly where the football was. Clean play and a 2nd and 10 coming up.
2 backs and 2 receivers. Jive against the 4-man rush. Jive escapes to his left. Jive going to try and take off and run, and he's buried in the backfield. Sack made by Neil Rivers. 3rd and 11.
The containment and the recognition by the corner, we're not be able to see it from that angle, but the corner, recognizes the pocket, has obviously collapsed, and he has to scramble to the outside, so he commits to making a pressure on the quarterback. What great defenses by both teams.
Matt Keeler, close game, Cam. Yep, you're absolutely right. Jive. Pass is hauled in by Adams. The defenders ran into each other, and look at Bennett. Oh, saves a 1st down coming out of nowhere. That play was wild, and Louisiana gets the stop either way.
Yeah, unbelievable. End of the 3rd.
10-10, a scoreless 3rd, as both of these teams are hitting out there. So the defenders run into each other, Ramos. I thought he was gone, right? I thought
too.
for sure there was nobody else over there. Bennett with an excellent job forces another punt.
Yeah, that's why you never give up on a play, and just have to make sure you carry to the, just go to the ball carrier, even if there's 2 or 3 people.
Punt is away, and it's a great one to the 11. Return up to the 18 for Hammer. So look at that SFL football.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have stats. I mean, where's Justin Reside when you need him? But
It's
I
true.
I will be interested to see how many yards Louisiana got in the third quarter. I mean, it cannot be more than 20.
And yet it doesn't really feel like anybody's got any awful numbers either. We just had 2 turnovers in this game. Really incredible hitting going on out there so far tonight. So Louisiana out of the gun on 1st down and 10. Hands it off to Squarebush on a draw, and that doesn't even work. Man, I appreciate Louisiana trying something different in the fourth quarter, but an excellent tackle at the end of the play.
Sure. I mean, at this point, basically, you just have to turn to the 3rd and 4th page of the playbook and see if any of that is working, because pages 1 and 2 are not working at all.
Gulch on the stop. 2 receivers, bottom of the screen, Hammer and Da Vinci. Utah to pass. Utah fires, and a PI on Hammer.
I think that's a good.
Think it's a good call. What'd you see?
I do think that's a good call. I do. Let's see if we can get a replay on this one. But on first glance, let's take a look at this. Still looking at it, but he interferes.
Looked like he grabbed him right there.
A little bit.
A little bit of a grab on the opposite side of the camera. First down for Louisiana. Second PI on Portland tonight. Is that right?
Yes.
Did they?
That's the only way he's been able to move the ball here in the second half.
Yeah, true. And then did they have the face? They had the face mask as well, I think, on Squarebush on the half the distance of the goal. So Portland a little sloppy defensively so far tonight. Louisiana motions a tight end out far side. Utah dumps it off to Squarebush. Screen. Squarebush with a block from Suddeth gets a first down to the 40-yard line.
That was the perfect play call, because actually one of the DBs was playing as a, as a Leo, if you want to say it, like an outside defensive end.
Look at that.
And so, yeah, very aggressive play call on defense, and that's exactly how you counter it, with a quick pass to your running back.
7 for 63 for Randy Squarebush tonight. In the passing game, Suddeth has been quiet in this second half. They've really blanketed him.
Yes.
He is in the slot at the moment. Utah to throw. Dumps it off Cameron Collier. Collier buries Stock and picks up 4.
Yeah. We haven't seen much of Collier actually here in this game, in the passing game, but that one worked pretty well. And again, I mean, the numbers by Utah, not bad, but at the end of the day, it's been the Portland defense making a couple of plays when they actually need them to.
21 of 33 for 215. Hammer in motion. 2nd and 6. Utah to throw, sacked off his blind side. That's Zepp again.
Oh, there you go.
Man.
Again, more pressure, and the coverage downfield is so good. Yes, and the coverage downfield is so good. You can gamble, and you can throw 5 guys, 6 guys to the quarterback, and you have the confidence that the backfield is going to hold up.
So 3rd down, that right tackle has been beaten twice. 3rd and 11, 8 minutes to go. Utah changing the play. Louisiana and Portland's offense having a tough time in the second half. Utah's pass is tipped away and incomplete. Wow, stalemate out here. They'll punt again.
And what is this, the Aztec offense? I mean, what the heck is going on?
You said it, not me. It's one thing I can always appreciate you, Ramos. You always know how to not take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Many coaches around the league could learn from you. Punt is away from Louisiana. And Leo Morris on the return to the 27-yard line. You know, earlier today I was running testing. Ramos, the last game before this, 39-20.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? You know, you just never know.
Yeah.
Any given sim day, as St. Green says.
That's correct.
7:43 to go in the fourth. We have had a scoreless second half, a nail-biter on this Thursday night exhibition between two great defenses. As Jive will hand it off to Love to start the series, and Love gets a couple. 2nd and 8, Mike Ryan on the stop.
Obviously, I mean, it's deep into the game, 7:30 left, but it gets to the point where maybe first team to score wins. Like, if Portland right now gets a 80-yard touchdown or, you know, whatever yard, 72-yard touchdown, I mean, you have to think, can Louisiana respond?
Jive fires it outside and behind Adams. Jive had a great throw earlier in the half. That one not his best.
Yeah. Yeah, it still hits the receiver in the hands. Maybe he has to come away with it, but not the best throw. But that's all because of the pressure, right? I mean, it has gotten to the point where he has to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker than he has to, and his accuracy is not as good.
3rd and 8. 4 wide receivers. Jive escaping left. Fires. Picked off. More pressure. Arthur with the interception. And Louisiana's in Portland territory.
What a massive play. And we said, you know, who's going to make that play? And it had to be a defensive play. As you're going to take a look at this replay. And he bails out of his coverage and reads the quarterback perfectly.
7:08 left. Can Louisiana finally, thanks to their defense, flipping the field, get some points on the board? Empty.
Not field goal range for what it's worth.
Yeah, empty. 1st and 10. Squarebush was in the slot, goes in motion across the field. Now he's on the left side. Rollout, Utah. I haven't seen that all night. Utah's passing complete. I appreciate. It's crazy, Ramos. They have started every drive totally different, looking for anything to work.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't seen any rollouts up to this point, you know, and it's really like the coaches are just going to the back of the playbook and just saying, I mean, what can work? Look, 83 is in the backfield now. Let's see if we have some trickeration here, and Sutton goes in motion.
And Hammer's over on the left side of that line as well. So Hammer and Sutton on the same side of the field. 2nd down and 10. Utah flips it out. That's the backup back to pick up 3. 3rd and 7. That may have squeezed them right into field goal range. But you just love all the variety and creativity that is possible.
Yes, no, absolutely. And we haven't seen that player in the backfield all game long. And again,
now Hammer's in the backfield.
Hammer's in the backfield, yeah. I mean, that worked for 3 yards. Maybe you can get a few more and set up a field goal. That may be the game winner.
Revolution pulling out all the stops here. 6:35 to go in the fourth. They are in the back of the playbook. Hammer stays in for protection. The pass is caught by Da Vinci. Down to the 15-yard line for a Louisiana 1st down.
You know, and that's what putting, you know, receivers in the backfield and backs in the receiving does. I mean, it kind of freezes the defense for a little bit because they have to account for that. You know, it's just too much of a, you know, why is he there? I mean, we have to cover him. And just a regular slant and good for a 1st down.
Numbers still good for Utah. 23 for 37, 234 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Squarebush in the backfield. Utah throws a fade and a little bit too quickly on the route to Hammer. Damon Simeon, $10 super chat. I love how the stadium no longer looks like Empower Field at Mile High and feels like it really belongs to the Portland Fleet. That is the idea.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the only reason why you can still relate it is because of the colors, but you know, change that to black and gray and it's completely different.
2nd and 10 off the Utah incompletion. Was trying to hit Hammer on a fade to the back of the end zone and it just didn't work out from the 16-yard line. Utah's pass is incomplete. A little bit of that was on our end, on our system's end. Apologize for the jitter there. 3rd and 10.
Yeah. Again, that's what pressure does. Throwing the ball at the feet of the receiver, and it's something that I like. Also in real life, you get errant throws. You get passes going to the ground or overthrown passes, and we've seen both of them in this game.
3rd and long. Louisiana just can't afford a turnover. Utah's going to fire down the field. It is off the hands of Xavier, I believe, who was back into the ball game. Off his hands, nearly intercepted, but Louisiana will get their chance. Otis Boudreau.
It's going to be about a 33-yard field goal from here. Officially from 33 yards. Hashtag no fly zone, and they have lived up to the billing.
Yes, they certainly have. Kick is drifting right once again, but it is good. And an ugly drive for Louisiana nets them points thanks to their defense. 13-10 Revolution here tonight. I don't know if Louisiana is going to win this game, Ramos, but I have been blown away by the fourth quarter effort by this offense to try something different.
Yes. Yeah, because how often do we see here in the SFL nowadays, they double down and triple down into the, 50XA post that has netted 4 interceptions, right? And in this case,
they just keep going to it.
And you just keep going, and you're in a loop. But this time, they're trying to put Liam Hammer in the backfield. They're putting 83 in the backfield. They're putting Randy Squarebush to go in motion from right to left. I mean, it's just a lot of things just to, try to get something going.
Let's see what Portland's offense does to adjust. They've also been scoreless in this half. Nickel look for Louisiana. Jive to throw, and that's incomplete. Boy, Jive is totally discombobulated in this second half. Look at him talking. I mean, they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. And then 2nd and 10, I mean, this is a big play because you at least want to try to make it a 3rd and 2 where Jive can make him another quarterback sneak or something.
They need the 39 for a first down. Jive to throw, pressured, pass is caught, but having to come back for it was Davis. Forward progress only nets him a yard. Bennett on the stop, and it'll be Jive having to throw again.
Yep. 5:30 left in the game. I mean, it's obviously not the end of it. I mean, obviously, if you don't make it, you punt.
Yeah,
and
you
play
punt.
some more great defense. But what effort by the Louisiana Revolution here in the second half.
3rd down and 9. Jive against a 4-man rush. Dumps it off into the flat. Love's got a lot of space. First down. Wow, boy, did they need that.
Yeah, that's a clear concept. I think that ball goes to Love all the way. Every receiver ran a go, and Love just goes to the outside, as you can see here on the replay. Just try to clear him one-on-one in some open space, and he gets the edge for a first down.
So first down for Portland at the 41-yard line. 5:12 left. Yeah, baby, keep it moving. 2 backs, 2 receivers. I don't know if you heard that, Ramos.
No.
Hand off to Love. Love past the 45 to somebody in the crowd said, "Yeah, baby, keep it moving." It was in my headset, and I was like, "Yeah, well, I agree."
That's a pause, Harish. That's kind of a pause.
2nd and 4. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Out of the eye. Love. First down. Portland has found something with Ezekiel Love in the last few plays.
Well, it's good to know that at least somebody is scoring. But anyway, Love getting to the outside. The fullback doesn't know who to block. Finally blocks Trace. And, I mean, we really haven't seen this. And Louisiana is just so zeroed in on the pass that now the run is all of a sudden working. And you still have more than enough time to actually keep on running the football. They're quietly already at the 42.
Jive escapes right, throws back across his body, but the pass deflected by Chance Wall. Another great play, 2nd and 10.
And again, what you want here is to at least get yourself in field goal range. Right? Now, to get in field goal range, I guess you do need to get to the first down. Because it's at the 32-yard line. So,
yep.
See what they do.
2 in the backfield. Jive sends Adams in motion. And he scurries out to meet another receiver. Jive to throw. Jive escaping left. And it fights for more yardage to try and get in field goal range. Picks up 6 to set up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah. Now, at this point, it does become 4th down territory. Now that you're in this position. Unless you take a big sack, but yeah.
Jive, 3rd and 4. Jive down the field. Oh, what another brilliant hit from Arthur. Tough decision here for Portland.
I will go for it. But, I mean, the way the defense is playing, and you still have the timeout, you still have the 2-minute warning.
But if you pin him down and get a safety, you could get the ball back.
Yeah. And you would just need a field goal to win the game.
Just gives us a chance to see if we can coffin corner something inside the 10. And that's just a bad punt. We have seen punts from left to right on your screen tonight sail left about 3 or 4 times. Wind having an effect on this game, and I don't think that's what Portland wanted at all.
No. I mean, that's a net punt of what, like 18 yards or something? So maybe a little bit more, maybe like 20, 21 yards. That's not what you want.
Not what they were looking for. Portland backs off. Utah against a 3-man rush, dumps it short, and that's incomplete. To set up a 2nd and 10, I think Louisiana would like to have that back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you have to, I think, run it at least here on 2nd down. Keep the clock moving and put some pressure on Portland.
I mean, you can't just run 3 times and punt. You're only up 3.
No. Right. But at least once and keep the clock moving a little bit.
I agree. Hammer in motion. Heavy set for the Revs. Couple tight ends on the right side of the line. Utah is going to pass again. Out to Sudduth. Hammer was trying to set up a block for the screen. Sudduth is pushed backwards. At least it'll keep the clock moving for the Revolution, but Portland is not done here.
Right. And I really like the adaptive defense. Yeah. I like the adaptive defense that we show here in this game, where John Michael Sudduth has become completely a non-factor here in the second half after he just destroyed the Portland defense to end the second quarter.
Da Vinci in motion. Good point, Ramos. 3rd down and 7. 3 to go. Utah to throw to try to convert the first down. Deep down the field. That pass is incomplete. Sudduth was double-teamed. Yep. Nothing to John Michael Sudduth in the second half, and Portland has more life.
Yeah. And you can really see the adjustments. I mean, this is not just luck. John Michael Sudduth was running scot-free to end the second quarter, kicked the field goal and everything, and now nothing.
This really has been the no-fly zone. That hashtag has lived up to the billing in this stadium. Leo Morris will start from his 43-yard line, now or never for Portland, as their defense makes another great stand.
Yeah, just at least to kick a field goal and be like in that Mexico City, Alamo City game with double overtime.
The anticipation of something epic has been building all afternoon into the evening long here on the West Coast. Both defenses have been terrific. Jive to throw against a heavy blitz. Dumps it off to Love. Love 45-50. Love breaks a tackle. 45-40. 35 down the sideline. Steps out of bounds. Cyrus Jive with a brilliant read as Louisiana sent the house.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. You know, Louisiana trying to put that pressure. Louisiana trying to make a play and make Jive go into an errant throw. Everybody was covered except Love. breaks a tackle, gets it to the outside, and finally forced out of bounds. Field goal range, maybe, at the 32.
But I feel like we've been in this spot about 4 times today with Portland.
Yes.
2:45 left. A touchdown wins it.
I will run it here on first down.
They had a love touchdown run in the first half. Jive going to throw. Jive scrambles left, throws back across his body. That pass incomplete, looking for Adams. Pretty good coverage again from Louisiana. Stops the clock, 2nd and 10.
Yeah. And again, I said on first down, I will say on second down, run it just so you can get in field goal range. Like, secure that first, and then you think about the first down.
Both teams, despite the struggles getting down the field, have been pretty aggressive in this game all night long. Jive going to throw again. Jive, 2nd down, fires down the field. It is incomplete. Arthur buries him again, looking for Warner. It's 3rd and 10. Dangerous passes.
Yes. And those timely hits, they're not too early, they're not too late. It's just on the right time by these safeties and DBs and corners.
4 wide. Can't take a sack.
No.
49-yarder to tie. Showing blitz. They back off. Jive. Tried to take off and run. He's sacked. Oh, my goodness. Neil Rivers with the home run.
Wow.
What do you do now? What a play.
Open. Nobody is open. And what do you do now? I think you punt. Because, again, I mean, you punt it quick. That way you can still get the benefit of the 2-minute warning.
Yep. You need a better punt, though. You got to pin him inside the 5-yard line. You got to get it off before the 2-minute. And it's a better punt. And it does get out of bounds before the 2-minute warning, but punters have had a tough time moving left to right today.
Mm-hmm. The no-fly zone and the no-punt zone, apparently.
Yeah. Wow. A total stalemate in the second half as Louisiana up 3. Ball on the 14-yard line. Utah can run or pass here, has the 2-minute warning either way. Hand off to Squarebush. Breaks a tackle. Put down. There's your 2-minute warning.
Mm-hmm.
Put down by Mel Davis. 2nd and 9 coming up. All 3 timeouts for Portland.
Yeah. So you do at least run it here on 2nd down. I'm not saying it's like a 3 straight runs because of the timeouts, but at least here on 2nd down, I think you run it. As I think Hammer is set up as a kind of like a fullback.
Da Vinci.
Oh, it's a Da Vinci. Yeah, 11.
Da Vinci, the fullback. Squarebush in the backfield. 3 down linemen for Portland, and Squarebush cuts across the field of play. Timeout Portland. They have 2 left. 3rd and 4. This is it.
Yep. And Da Vinci, to his credit, he was a tight end. So he does have the body and the technique to make a block.
What do we got here? We got Collier, Squarebush, standard set, 3rd and 4. Portland needs a stop. They have 2 timeouts. Handoff, Squarebush. Oh, he's close. They mark him short.
Man, and the Portland defensive line.
Are they going for
actually-
this? They're not going for
man,
this. They're not going. Oh, my gosh. You got to be kidding me.
If the quarterback sneak is as OP as Portland's, why not?
To win it on 4th and short. If not, they're going to give it to Portland in scoring position. Utah snaps it. Handoff, Squarebush. He got it. 1st down, game over. Oh, man. That's a walk-off.
Wow.
Wow. I'm stunned. Wow. on their own 23.
Unbelievable.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah. And there's differences between gutsy play calls and dumb play calls. That's a gutsy play call, because if this game was 47-44, you don't make that play. You don't want to let an offense that score 44 points take the field. But 13-10, man, you trust it. You go for it. That's fine.
Got some electro shoes out there at the 28. That's something special. 2nd and 12. Wow.
Look good, feel good, play good, man.
That's right. And I mean, that was just, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in football gaming history. I mean, the stones to do that. And when you think about it, your defense has been playing so well in the second half, maybe they won't even get a field goal. I mean, the way that you're playing. I mean, you have such confidence in your defense to make that stop. And going for it in that situation to ice the game and win it. Trust your offense to get a half a yard.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, on the flip side of that, Ramos, we don't get to see if Portland could have pulled off a win in the last couple of minutes, but we did get a chance to see the aggressiveness to try and win the game.
Right. Yeah, playing to win.
Man, these numbers are going to be interesting at the end of this one.
3 points in the second half. Let's start with that.
3 points in the second half. Louisiana pulls off a 13-10 win. A sim like no other, as both defenses were absolutely phenomenal in the second half of play. Both teams put out all the stops, twisting their playbooks. 31 first downs. 260 to 257 in a defensive dogfight. Look at Louisiana wins the game 2 for 12 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
62 plays for Louisiana in this game, 65 for Portland. Dead on the average.
Yep.
Just 3 turnovers all night. The 1 pick from Jive in the second half, the only turnover. Time of possession, a 7-second difference.
Yeah.
It was rough for Jive tonight, 16 of 34. Utah, good night, 24 for 43, 238. Had the 1 touchdown and the 1 interception. Both quarterbacks were sacked 3 times. Don't let anybody tell you the defensive line can't do anything. Love, decent night, but just couldn't find any space. Cyrus Jive was the man. 8 carries, 35 yards for this Portland Fleet rushing attack. Sudeth, he had 1 catch for 4 yards in the second half. Ooh. Squarebush is your leader, 7 for 63 at the end of the night. Adams, 4 for 29. Davis, 4 for 41. Da Vinci is 62. It's crazy, Ramos. We had 5 passes over 20 yards.
Right.
They were all big and important in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Used to the different buttons here. 9 tackles for Hood. It was exceptional. 7 for Davis. You know what's crazy? Look at the tackling was so good in this game. Look how few assisted tackles there were.
Yeah.
These guys hitting out here.
A lot of one-on-ones.
Hood, Davis, Craze gets the stops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 passes defended throughout the night. Ryan and Thomas lead the way with 2. And your thoughts on, I mean,
wow.
This was a crazy game full of defense, and Louisiana comes out on top, even though my modding skills to get the Revolution logo on the screen did not.
Well, I mean, it was a great game, a different game. Real football fans can find pleasure and love about watching a 13-10 game as much as a 47-44 game. And we saw some great defenses. I didn't think it was just poor offense. I think we saw some great defenses, and we saw, Louisiana especially just throw out everything and anything right there in the second half, and that aggressiveness and that willingness to put different stuff on the field, at the end of the day, netted them those 3 points that were the game winner.
Louisiana's aggressiveness late gets them the win. 13-10. Louisiana tops Portland in the no-fly zone here at Evo 9X Stadium. For Ramos Lynn, I'm Cameron Irvine. We'll see you this weekend starting Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Denver and London for the start of Week 6 in SFL. And next Thursday night, we are in D.C., where the Motor City V8s will take on the D.C. Dragons. You will not want to miss this stadium, these uniforms, this field. Jermaine Smith, the owner of D.C., showing all of what this mod has to offer. For Ramos, I'm Cam. Good night, everybody.